Another night of protests in the battle over abortion rights. Pro-choice advocates gathered outside Dunedin City Hall as a leaked opinion draft points to the Supreme Court overturning the landmark case Roe versus Wade. 10 Tampa Bay Shannon Klobe explains what some people around the Bay Area are feeling and how this could ultimately impact access to other healthcare services.
I speak on behalf of millions upon millions of women all across our country.
I feel very strongly that women's rights are under attack.
Dozens rallying in Dunedin this evening, joining Democratic Representative Michele Rayner.
So I'm going to every part of this county.
Who's been hosting rallies across the Bay Area since the news broke. Not everyone is on the same page, as we saw counter protests over the weekend.
Not only is it the moral thing to do, but it is the duty of every Christian.
Lawmakers are also butting heads over what it means. This evening, Commissioner of Agriculture Nikki Fried, who is also running for governor, spoke out at the rally in Dunedin.
This is not a Democratic issue.
Correct.
This is a human rights issue. This is a healthcare issue.
Current Governor Ron DeSantis, who recently signed a 15-week abortion ban into law, said it comes down to protecting life.
If you look at the protections that I signed into law a couple weeks ago, those were the strongest that Florida has seen in decades.
But Fried questions whether overturning Roe v. Wade could lead to more than just concerns over accessing abortions. She believes it could eventually lead to restricting access to things like contraceptives. To get a sharper insight, we turn to Brendan Beery, a law professor at WMU Cooley Law School. His focus is on constitutional law. He said the draft opinion contains, quote, reasoning so sweeping that it calls into question Griswold v. Connecticut, the landmark case establishing that the state has no jurisdiction over the choice whether to access and use contraceptives. He went on to tell us that the crux of Alito's opinion is that no right that was not recognized many decades ago or even centuries can be regarded as a fundamental constitutional right. Ultimately, the decision about overturning Roe v. Wade will be made by the Supreme Court. That's expected to happen sometime this summer.